Hello, I'm Gordon Savicic. I'm here at the Coded Cultures Festival. I'm standing here with Philip Lammer, and we are part of the Ludic Society, which, as the name implies, is a society consisting of about 50 members. And we recently developed a project together with Margarete Jamann. It's called Toy Genasonic, and you will see it right here. My colleague Philip Lammer has a standard interface here in his hands. It's basically a Nintendo DS, the black thing here. It's a standard game computer, a game console, and it's getting extended by a reader, which we built. A standard interface, a Schwarzgerät, also so called, and you can literally inject it into the DS, as demonstrated by my colleague. You want to say some words?
What does it do?
It clicks. Click.
Okay, but what does it do if you use it?
It's a RFID reader. You can read tags. Like, I'm gonna switch it on so you can see it functioning. So you can read RFID tags. Please come here. We have one implanted here. And if you get close to it, no, where is it? Yeah, the light flashes and it reads the ID of the tag. So each tag we scan has a unique ID. Mm-hmm. There is no one that has the same number. Mm-hmm. And we use this to generate unique sound objects. So each tag you scan creates a unique sound object. And
you can do that on the street. You can do it anywhere.
You can do it anywhere because it's like it's made for mobile gaming. It lasts very long. So that's also the reason probably why we used this device.
It's basically an urban game because RFID chips are ubiquitous by now, or in the near future they are tagged on products in shop market stores, in passports, in travel cards, so they are quite ubiquitous. And
I was curious about the concept of the Ludic Society, and it's nice that Margarete Jamann has joined us. Maybe you want to introduce yourself for 5 seconds?
I'm Margarete.
Okay, because Ludic Society is in a way an artist group working in the arts field, but from the art field going outside into environments. But for environment, it's sort of changing the everyday objects for an artistic point of view. Or how would you explain the working mode of the gaming society, Ludic Society?
Yeah, well, exactly. There's a spiral feedback of technologies and of concepts, I would say. So starting with a standard technology like this radio frequency identification tags, which are our everyday technology, in the passports already, for example, of Austria and at Marks and Spencer in England and at certain places on goods, and then feeding it back into an art system modifies the technology, not necessarily in terms of technology, but in use. So it's differently used in the art context. And then it is fed back in gamers also like to play it, and then you also have theoreticians who can communicate with the society members, for example. Mm-hmm. Sometimes there is a discourse starting, but sometimes people are just complaining about the theory. And so it is a constant loop of feedback. So it goes back to everyday life on different levels.
But are the borders going down and everything is sort of the same? Or is it more like, is it art field, society, gaming society? How would you describe the processes? Are they intertwining or are the borders falling and there's going to be one society playing?
No, there never will be one society. There will always be a lot of several societies within a society. No. I don't think that the borders are falling down. It is just that we are virally going into different existing societies. Art fields will always be the art field. That's a question of market and separation. Even if they talk about, everybody talks about interdisciplinarity and transdisciplinarity, but this means that disciplines are still there and societies are still there. Mm-hmm. So it will not be one thing. That's also not the target, a unified society, but the interconnected society.
Okay, I need your hand one more time. like we scan it, and I'm coming a little bit closer with the mic. Hello. So, do you see it on the
I see it and I hear it.
Yeah, okay. So this is the object that is been created. You can touch it, try to catch it, and if you touch it, it remembers how you touched it and repeats the pattern. Okay. So these objects have their own circles, which are running their own system. They die after a while. Now it's gone. We can get it back in. You see, it's the same object because it's the same tag. Different tags create different objects, and if we would have more tags, which I have, 1 second.
Yeah. No problem.
Like I attached one here, so we read it, and then this one's a different thing.
Okay, now it becomes a musical instrument, basically. Or Can I also leave marks behind for other players? Can I?
Yeah, for example, we left in urban space you can. We made several versions where we played it in the city, and we were taking in Aarhus, for example, on certain spots, small marks with stickers where you can use the city as instrument as well. Another commentary on the art and politics of playfulness. A statement is also that the fact that we have with the opening of the engine, that it is a political statement in itself. As soon as you modify or open a standard model industrial gadget, this is a political statement in itself because it modifies the existing prepared framework of use. So if you play a game, if you read a RFID tag, which is considered or meant for commodities, as my colleague Philip was showing before, and make sound out of it, this is already an inversion of the giving condition of a socio-political order as well, in the play itself. And secondly, by these tactics, we reach different or a broader audience. So, for example, mentioning just one of the big museums like the Aros, 11,000 visitors in 2 weeks going through an exhibition which they probably don't understand, but they do exactly the wrong thing with a technology developed for something else. And this is effective, I think, in a trace, not more.